Hello, whistleblowers everywhere. So today's tune breakdown, as a few people have asked me for one on this four-part jig. It's called the Monaghan jig. There's quite a few different versions of it flying around. This is a fairly sort of regular, for want of a better word, or yes, a fairly regular kind of version. There's lots of scope for little bits of kind of improvisation, and there's lots of scope for some variation as well, which we'll go into later on. But for now, as usual with these breakdowns, I'm going to play exactly as it's written in the music, and I'm going to just separate the notes, which are the same, by tonguing. Later on, we'll look at cuts and how we can do some note separation using cuts. But for now, we're going to keep it really simple. I'm going to play through it slowly, and I'm not going to add any ornamentation. So this is the Monaghan jig as it's written, just so you can get the feel of the tune. So here's the Monaghan jig. I've set my click to 60, which I think is fast enough for playing through. This is just to get the outline of the tune and to see how the beats work. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Fairly slow. Here we go. So with this being a four-part jig, each part is played through twice, and I will call the parts part A, B, C, and D. So let's have a look at part A, and straight away I can see that we've got a quarter note or a crotchet F sharp in the first bar. So what we can do, we can put a short roll on that F sharp. Later on, when we come to variations, there are other things we can do, and just make a few little changes. But for now, we'll just look at the form exactly as it's written and see how we can ornament what's written on the page. So, first bar. So I'm cutting the first note, and then I'm doing that short roll on the F. And just to remind you what the short roll is, it's the cut and the tap immediately. So long roll, note, cut, tap. Short roll, cut, tap. So the next bar, we're going to cut the B again. So I'm cutting the first beat, the B, and the fourth beat, the F sharp. So let's have a look at bars 1 and 2. Put them together. So and again. So bar 3, same as bar 1. And then bar 4, we're going to cut the A and cut the F. So the first line. And again, I'll slow it down. So the next line, so line 2, same thing. And then same as the next bar. So the first 2 bars on the second line, we're doing exactly the same thing as the first 2 bars on the first line. So the last 2 bars on the second line. So I'm just going to cut the A in the last bar. So we're just going to go. So let's play the whole of the second line now. Right, so now that we've got that, let's play the whole of the A part. So let's put our click on and do it with the click. 1, 2. So the B part starts on line 3, and again, it's all running what we call quavers or eighth notes. So not too much in the way of rolls in this bit. When I show you some variations, then that's when we can look at adding some different ornamentation. But for now, we're just going to add some cuts. So we're going to cut the E. And if you want, you can put a little cheeky cut on that high G. So that's the first 2 bars. So I'm cutting the E and putting a little cheeky cut on that last note on the G. And I can also put a cut on the E. That's the E in the second bar. Okay, bars 3 and 4. So again, you can cut that first E. And you can cut the F if you want, so you can go. So let's do that whole of that third line. So the next two bars on the fourth line exactly the same as the third line, so we can do the same thing. Well, almost exactly the same. Yes, I think they are. So, same thing. Then the last two measures. So I didn't put any cuts in that third bar on the fourth line. Now, if you want, you could always cut that B. Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, decide if you want to cut it or not. So let's play the whole of the B part now. And again, let's do it with the click at 60. So 1, 2. Okay, that's A and B. Let's have a look at the C part now. So again, we're not putting any variation in, we're just looking at cuts and some rolls at the moment. So fifth line, first bar, immediately we can do a short roll on the G, and then we'll separate those two E's, the second E with a cut. So I'll have a look at the first two bars of part C. So short roll on the G, and we're separating the two E's with a cut. So the second bar, I'm going to cut the G and the high B. So cut the high B with the C sharp. So and again. Third bar, same G roll and same cut on that second E. And the last bar, I'm going to cut the F and the A. So last two bars on the last two bars on the fifth line. And now we'll do the whole of that fifth line. Sixth line. So exactly the same thing as the first two bars. of the C part. So first two bars and the second two bars of the C part, absolute second two bars of the sixth line of the C part are exactly the same. So and then the last two bars of the C line you can cut that B if you would like. And then I'm cutting the A in that last group of three notes. So let's do the whole of the C part now with the cuts and the roll. Let's do it with the click as well. So here we go at 60. 1, 2. So we're now on for the last part, or the D part. Again, as it's written, there's nowhere for us to put any short rolls or long rolls. However, as I said, when we are doing the variations, there's quite a bit we can do with this bit. For now, we'll just put some strategically placed cuts. So first two bars. So I'm going to cut the E. And then the A. So first two bars. Bar 3, again cut the E. Then I'm going to cut the F and the A. So the whole of that second to last line. Okay, we're on for the last line. So again, just some strategically placed cuts. So I'm going to cut the E. You can cut the B if you want as well. You can cut both B's. And definitely on the next bar, I'm going to cut the first B. And high B you could cut. So let's have a look at the first two bars on the last line. So one way of doing it, or you could go or you could cut the G's. Depends what you like. Have a play around with it. Experiment where you would like to put the cuts. As long as it's adding to the feel of the music, it should be okay. So almost there now. Last two bars. Again, I'm going to cut that B. And then F and the A. Okay, so that's what it's like, and let's do it now with the click. So again at 60. So here we go. 1, 2. Okay, so that's with some ornaments as it's written in the music. So I'll show you some variations that I like to do. And there's a lot of different things I do. In fact, I change things quite a bit depending on how I feel. And so there is some scope for a little bit of improvisation with this as well as variation. So let's have a look at the first line. So what I like to do as well with this is change the short roll to a long roll. So I'm missing out that last E note and just extending the value of the F sharp to a dotted crotchet or a dotted quarter note. Okay, so a little variation you can do. So long roll it. So you can do a similar thing with the second two bars on the first line. But what I like to do is a little variation, a little improvised kind of little bit, which is I'm just going. So I'm repeating the first figure. And then same thing with the next bar, I'm repeating the first figure again. So it's going and cutting the first note. So if we do that first line with those variations. Next line. Again, you can long roll it. Or you could long roll the B in the second bar of the second line. Or you could, instead of doing the three notes going up F, G, A, you could put a long roll on that. So you could do. You could put a long roll on the third bar second line on the second half. Instead of going, you could play a long roll. So that would go. Just some ideas of variation you can try. So let's try that again at 60 with the variations. I'll play it first time through as written, second time with variations. 1, 2. Okay, B part, so third line. Let's see what we got written on those first two bars. So we just got running eighth notes. So what we can do, we can put a little semiquaver triplet in there. Now you can ta-ka-ta, do it as a tongue triplet, or you can just do it as a regular. So second bar, we can do a long roll on the E. So next bar, again you can do that. So instead of going on the last bar of the third line, turn the into a long roll. So let's play that whole third line. And again, if you like that tripleted figure, you can use it again wherever you feel. So again, a little variation. We could put a long roll on the F and a long roll on the E in that second bar of the fourth line. So we could go. And again, the last bar, we can put a long roll on the F sharp. So instead of going, we can go. So let me play it through again with the click at 60. First time I'll play it as written, and then the second time I'll throw some of those variations in for you. So here we go. 1, 2. So now it's written. Now again with the variation. Okay, the C part, which starts on line 5, lots of things we can do with this. I'll just show you a few of them. So what's written, I'll just do the first two bars of what's written. Okay. And so I'm going to turn the short roll into a long roll and miss out that first E. Now, if you want, you can do a long roll on the E and just do two long rolls. So I'm doing a long roll on the G, long roll on the E. If you want, you can even long roll the G and then just play that B, G, E figure at the end of the second bar. So we can go. Or you could mix it up and just do some long rolls and some as written. So you could go. So yeah, have a play around, see what you prefer with that. So the next bit, again, we can do the long rolls. So long roll G, long roll E, and then you can long roll the F if you want. So the whole of that line, we can substitute some long rolls. Now, if you don't like all those long rolls, then just use a couple like this. If you really like them, then you can long roll pretty much everything. If you like that kind of thing, no reason why you can't go ahead and do that. But you may prefer just to stick a bit closer to the actual melody and just maybe put in a few of those long rolls. So again, the second bit, so line 6. Again, you can do a combination of long rolls or what's written. Or now you've got a little D on its own there. Put a little cran in. So cran, middle, index, middle. You can do a long roll on the F sharp at the end. So let's have a look at that again. I'll play it through as written and then I'll put the variations in. So the whole of the C part. 1, 2. As I say, there's lots of combinations you can do. Mix it up, play it differently, add your own variations by all means. This is the thing with this. It's just to make it interesting for you as a player and for the listener, but more so for you as a player, is to try out some different variations that fit for you. Make your own version of every tune. As long as it sticks to the basic format, you more or less got the tune. Then little liberties with the actual ornaments and that, absolutely fine. Everyone does it. Okay, let's have a look at the last part now. Right, we're on for the last part. So again, we've got a lot of running quavers or eighth notes. And again, we can change things up. We can add, we can substitute some of those groups of 3 for long rolls should we wish to. So let's have a look at it as it's written. So probably keep that pretty much the same. Maybe put a long roll on the F sharp and go. So. There are other things you could do. Put a long roll on the E. So you could go. and then long roll that F sharp on the last bar. So let's have a look at that with the variation. So we've got so all I've done there is just change some of those groups of 3 notes into long rolls. So last line, let's have a look at this now. So we've got yeah, I wouldn't do anything with that. You could substitute some long rolls, but I think that's quite a powerful part of the piece, so I wouldn't want to mess about too much with that. So I'd probably keep that the same. So on the last two bars, you could put a little long roll in the A and a long roll on the F sharp again. So you could go. So let's put those together. And as usual, we'll put the click on at 60. Play it through as written and then with the variations. So let's play the whole tune through. First time I'll play it as written with the ornament, and then second time we will look at the variations which we've talked about. So 1, 2. So there we have it, the Monaghan jig with some ornamentation and some variation. And if you come up with anything yourself, try stuff out and just find things that work for you. As long as you're sticking to the pretty much the melody, you can put in little bits of improvised or varied parts, or vary some of the ornaments. As you'll see when I play it through, I do take some changes and make some changes with this as I play it. So to finish with, what I'm going to do is just play it through. I'll just play it through once with the repeats, but at the speed that I kind of play it, and you can hear some of the variations and some of the in quotes liberties that I take with some of the variation. So, well, thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful. And again, as always, if you want to hit the bell and you can get notifications that way, do subscribe. Always new content coming up on the Whistleblowers channel. And yeah, give me a like, make a comment, and share it amongst all your whistle playing friends, or any of your other friends for that matter. So to leave you, I'll just play the Monaghan jig as I play it. So here we go.